So the verdict is in, and what a trial it was. That was one of the most entertaining trials you will ever see. Between the witnesses, the testimony that came out, the whole thing was made for TV. So the headlines this morning, $15 million. That's what the jury awarded Johnny Depp. But if you break it down, it's not quite that much. So Johnny Depp received a $10 million verdict for compensatory damages. That is meant to compensate him for the financial losses he suffered as a result of the actions of the tortfeasor, Amber Heard in this case. He also received a $5 million punitive damages verdict. Punitive damages are meant to punish the wrongdoer and deter them from acting that way in the future. However, Virginia, like many states, has a cap on punitive damages, and that cap is $350,000. So that $5 million verdict was reduced and capped to $350,000. The jury had no idea that would happen. They didn't know there was a cap. It was done after the fact, after they left the courtroom. So that's $10,350,000. But then one of Amber Heard's counterclaims was successful. She received a $2 million verdict for the actions of one of Johnny Depp's attorneys. She claimed it defamed her because the attorney was acting as an agent of Johnny Depp when he made statements he did. Johnny Depp is now on the hook for that verdict. So the net verdict is $8,350,000. Now, does Johnny Depp wake up this morning and have that in his bank account? Absolutely not. This case will go through an appeals process. It can last years. Even if he is successful with the appeals process and the verdict is upheld, he now has to collect on this money. And that is a very difficult thing to do. Oftentimes, even after a verdict is reached like this, the parties will continue to negotiate and they will reach a settlement that will put an end to the appeals process. Johnny Depp won't have to worry about collecting, but it would be a settlement usually for less than what the verdict is. Florida, if you were wondering, where I practice, also has a cap on punitive damages. It's either 3 times the amount of compensatory damages or $500,000, whichever is greater. However, there are always exceptions. As with everything in the law, there's exceptions. Any questions, drop them in the comments.